Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to an Armadillo replay on Thiepval Ridge. Forgive the sound of my voice, I'm still in the almost recovered from the flu stage. Smashing through my own fence line there. A number of times I've had to fix that, it's beyond measure at this point. But here we are, we're on Thiepval Ridge and we're in the Armadillo. The Armadillo, as long-term players of the game will know, this used to be a menace, and Wargaming nerfed it. This thing got hit so hard with the nerf hammer that it almost, well, for a while it became absolutely irrelevant, and it still to this day does blow my mind that this thing got nerfed as hard as it did. Wargaming demonstrated that they are capable of bringing tanks back in line, as and when they choose to. I don't know why they don't. I don't know why they're not consistent with their balancing measures. But hey, it is what it is. But yes, the Armadillo. This game demonstrates that in the right circumstances, it can still be an incredibly powerful light tank. I have been very aggressive here. I normally wouldn't be this aggressive, but the tanks that I spotted and the positioning of my team told me that I can play the cap area here. I can play these hills. I can play the ridges. Whatever enemy presence is down the JK line, if you stay to the rear side of their cap from the spawn that I've got, you can be safe. You can still play that area, especially if the tanks that are at the back here are not in a position. That I think that's a forad there. Forad's not quite in position. Autocannon from the forad there completely misses my rear, which is fortunate. But I didn't see what that medium is. What was that medium? I think it's an M60 off to my left. I think the M60 just hit me there. And I've taken more hits than I would have liked. And at this point, 2,000 damage, 2,000 assist. Acceptable for an Armadillo. Because as you can see, the accuracy on the move of this thing is not very good. I am firing gold only because I'm trying to get the maximum damage output from this as possible. But this thing it's balanced, and it's difficult to do well in it because you have to get to this sort of range in order to make sure the gun hits anything at all. The further away you get, those last two shots were straight into the dirt, but hey, I still pulled the trigger anyway because I was trying to pay attention to where I was driving. So 2,300 assist, just under 3,000 direct damage, 5,000 combined. Again, you know, not bad. We're doing okay. Left that. Did I leave him on 18 hit points? I think I did. Now the VADS here is one that I was trying to engage carefully because that 20mm will absolutely shred me, and I do think here he does get, yeah, he got a couple of shots in on me there. Again, the forad at the back. I think it's a forad. I think it's a forad. I don't think it's a Brennus. But the Brennus at the back there, or forad, whichever. Do I check it? No, I don't. Their autocannon missing the mark. It's difficult to aim at range with autocannons. As this, it's a forad. There we go. As the Hunter 101 is finding out. So this game is one of those games where things just work out for the Armadillo because the enemy team, if the enemy team is paying attention to me, they're missing like that, or they're just not paying attention to me and I'm farming their hit points. And we're now on 5,276 damage. So playing anything with a clip like this requires you to get in, dump the damage, and get out. There's the fire on the forad. And yeah, kill got stolen. I thought I was going to have that forad, but hey, never mind. Now we've got a WZ at the back here. Now this, again, is just one of those games where things line up for me. It's not a WZ, sorry, excuse me. The BZT, he's not focused on me. He's looking elsewhere. There goes the BZT. It's always very, very nice when the enemy team is not focusing you. Now, I recognise that we're down 4-6. And there's an ELC up there. The ELC is a very sneaky vehicle. And of all the vehicles left on their team, an AMX-30B, a BZT, there's another medium to my left. You know, none of these tanks are bad. But of all of the tanks that are left alive, the ELC is the one that can cause the most damage in ways that you won't see coming. Yes, the BZT can hit very hard, but chances are you will spot it. So I make the decision, right, the ELC has got to go. This guy cannot plague my team any longer. So we make our way up round the back of the hill. And this is where... yeah, it's funky here. I don't have the gun depression to hit him, which is why I realise at this point there's no good shooting him. There's no good shooting him. He disappears into the smoke, so I use the mini-map to find out exactly where he's gone. He's still right next to me. Here we go. Put as many shots into him as I can before he decides to run away back down the hill. Now that is a sensible move. Nothing wrong with that move. Sensible play by the ELC. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned at this point, and I did not realise this myself, I don't know if anyone else has picked up on this yet, but the ELC that's left on my team, I think I notice about now... Do I look his way? There you go. It's a Ricky. It's at this point I realised, it's me and a Ricky left. Right, let's see if we can pull off an amazing win together. That is a 4-2-11, not paying attention because I'm too focused on the 4-2-11. I recognise there's very little I'm going to do to a 4-2-11. So at this point, there is no reason to engage that guy. We'll just keep him lit up if we can. Keep him spotted. And we accidentally stumble across the ELC and the ELC's gone. But from a 4-2-11 point of view, yeah, that's not a fight we can win. Now communication starts. I didn't realise it was a Ricky, but now I know it's a Ricky. We're like, okay, let's see if we can get on the same page here. Let's see if we can communicate and discuss or try and communicate where we're going to be going. The 4-2-11 is off to my left. I thought there was another medium further up by our cap. I didn't realise. I don't know what... Is that... I think it's the... What medium is it? At this point, I'm trying to check what medium is it. It's the... Okay, Type 80. Right. Type 80, I don't think I engaged that guy, but the light tank, at this point in the game, I could have sworn I saw ATGMs or something coming from this direction, and I know the light tank is an AMX. I could have sworn blind I thought ATGMs were coming in from this direction, and it may have been the friendly Ricky on my team, because that's another source of ATGMs in the game at the moment, but I could have sworn the AMX was over here. I do a little scout around. I'm not spotted. He doesn't spot me. I don't spot him. I notice the 4-2-11 is going for our cap, which, yes, sensible move. You don't really want to be chasing an Armadillo and an ELC around the map. That's not really going to work out for you. Type 80, though, seems to have understood that... I want to say he's understood that if you're spotted, they're nearby. So I ask... I'll call him... Well, it's Lahu. We'll say Who. Right. So at this point, I ask Who to go to the cap, because I'm thinking, if I can hold off the Type 80, the AMX, I need to hold off those two. The 4-2-11 is going to go to the cap, because that's where he committed. And I was thinking that if we sat on their cap, that would force them into a play style that's more predictable for us. But at the moment... Who is sitting on top of the hill, which means he gets that incredible shot in. So well played there, sir. 500 hit points. That's a manageable number of hit points for me. So I come in here, handbrake around the Type 80, trying to watch where I'm driving and shooting at the same time. Got very lucky there. I don't know how far away the Type 80 was from me because, well, the accuracy of this gun, I mean, it worked clearly. And this is where I'm starting to think, oh, we can do this. We can absolutely do this. I can take the AMX. Lahu can take the 4-2-11. Oh. Oh dear. I didn't want to do that. Nope. I did not want to do that. So that leaves Lahu by himself. And he couldn't take on a 4-11. That makes sense. 4-11's a hard one to take. And the ELC, well, not ELC, the AMX was behind him. I abandoned my teammate because of my bad driving. I did write him straight after this game and I said, I am so sorry for that. We could have won this game, but my bad driving decided that I would throw the game instead. So I wanted to show you guys that because I feel it's a good demonstration of you've got to be careful. Confidence is great to have, but sometimes it can get the better of you and you'll stack it, just like I did, and completely throw the game, even though you and a friendly platoon mate are working well together. So there you go, guys. That's all I've got for this video. Drive carefully out there. That's the message of this video. Drive carefully. I was hoping to get the 10,000 damage in the Armadillo, but no, I stacked it. I just threw it away. Alright guys, shout out to Lahu there. Well played, sir. Thank you for the communication. Thank you for the kind messages afterwards. That's all I've got for this video, guys. So if you've enjoyed it, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.